Hello tacticians! Another week, another Mythic Journey! And this time I got actual footage again, because thanks to a suspiciously generous 10 pull, I finished Yazaghor's shard grind a few onslaughts earlier than I expected, which was nice. Didn't stop me from procrastinating on editing the video for a few days by getting the last achievement in Pragmata, the beat the game at hard one. I do hope we'll get some continuation to the story. Alright, Yazaghor's journey. Mission 1. Defeat 9 enemies with Yazaghor standing on a fire hex in one battle. Trivial in a low-level Fall of Cadia stage with Voxcasters, so long as you have Vrask or one of the other 1000 Suns unlocked. Having Rodbone definitely helps, because fire still hurts. I went for normal stage 67, as usual. The first Yazaghor's Mythic Journey mission is for him to defeat 9 enemies in one battle, preconditioned by him standing on a fire hex. That should be rather easy to do here in Fall of Cadia 67, using a few of the fellow 1000 Suns units and probably Rodbone. Now position somewhat like this. There. Around Rodbone, with Yazaghor being pretty much here. And you know what, it can go faster. Just set one of the enemies on fire and shoot them with Yazaghor, and that's one. That's two. Sadly, no battle fatigues, but they should count. Now the fire is out, so gotta make a new fire. That's 3 and 4 with the battle fatigue. That's 5. Up. That's 6 and 7. That's 8. Let's do this. And this should be 9 plus. And with that, I think the mission is completed, so I can just clear the stage. Well, you know what? I don't trust my maths, so I'm gonna score the extra kills, because why not? There. Probably want to heal Yazaghor then. That's really low for being fully upgraded Diamond 3. There. Might as well score even more kills. There. Very nice. Okay, sad, out of range. And with all the Voxcasters already gone, this should be the last turn. And it indeed is, and the mission is done. Lovely. Moving on. Mission 2. Deal 9000 damage with Yazaghor in one turn. You're probably going to clear this mission just by happenstance in a raid with your usual Neurotrope team, but if you don't want to wait for that, the right enemy lineup in the right arena may work just as well, if not better. The second Mythic Journey mission for Yazaghor is for him to deal 9000 damage in one turn, and while that is pretty much doable by default in a Neurotrope raid team, I don't have a Neurothrope victim in the rotation, so instead I'm gonna try and do that in the arena. Be mindful that not every team is gonna be good for it, as in not every opponent team. But in this particular case, where everybody is at 9000 HP plus, and when Godswill has helpfully positioned himself on low ground and in range of being debuffable by Eldrion, and some place where Yazaghor can be buffed by Abraxas. Apparently, I don't even need to wind up extra stacks from Yazaghor's passive by first attacking with Psykers to get this mission done. There, that's one. Actually, I probably want to drop summons here, because Snotfloga and Galgords are more dangerous. There. And now Tarvak and whatever that was are gonna cause some damage, but at this point it shouldn't really matter. I have a crap load of fire going, I can debuff both of them, and I can make them go good night, sweet princess. And well, that was very nonchalantly Yazaghor's second mission done. Moving on. Mission 3. Overkill 100 enemies with Yazaghor. The most interesting mission of the whole journey. I wish they all were original and creative like this, sitting in a corner in Fall of Cadia 67 and repeating the same thing for 100 turns is peak Tacticus. For the third Yazaghor's Mythic Journey mission, I'm gonna return back to Fall of Cadia 67, because it's one of those overkill 100 enemies with the Mythic Journey character missions all over again. Much fun, very wow. So I'm gonna camp right here in the southwestern corner, pass a few turns so that the map fills with summons and all the Voxcasters are safely tucked behind them and don't come closer. At least not at the west side where the killing fields is gonna be. And then I'm gonna have fun killing 100 Cadians with Yazaghor. Just like that. Sadly, battle fatigues don't count. Now, at this point, I think you get the idea, so I'm just gonna find something to watch on YouTube or maybe Pornhub, and I will come back later when I think I've scored the 100 kills. Alright, so an hour-long video from Luton later. I do hope I got enough kills, despite maybe nodding off once or twice or 5 times throughout. So I'm just gonna clear the stage and hope for the best. There. Nice. Okay, cool. I can snipe the Voxcasters. That should make further progress a little faster. Nice. No battle fatigue, one more turn. Oh well. Oh, that's the last one dead. And how many kills, or well, overkills was that? Enough! Good! Alrighty, moving on. Mission 4. Defeat 2 overwatching enemies with Yazaghor in one battle. The actual most interesting mission on the whole journey. I half expected needing to trigger Yazaghor's passive on 2 consecutive turns to outrange Wraith Guards somewhere in Mirror Same Han, but an expedition into Fall of Cadia struck gold in the normal Katskoden stage. The 4th Yazaghor's Mythic Journey mission is for him to defeat 2 overwatching enemies in one battle, and I think this can be done in Fall of Cadia in the normal Katskoden stage by being slightly cheeky. So, in this stage, you can start with Yazaghor in range 3 of this bunch of last cannons. And that means that if you score 3 psychic hits on 3 different targets, like this, Yazaghor's passive triggers, giving him extra range, and then you can use his active to swap for another Psyker and do this, and hopefully scaring one of the 2 other last cannons. I didn't quite expect to do that in my first attempt. So my original plan was to have a montage of fails here. Then again, I didn't expect to find such a good stage for it, so yeah, there is that. Oh well. So I think what remains now is to clear the stage and be done with this. And yeah, let's finish with style. It's Yazaghor's mission, and that indeed completed it. So yay, go me, and move on. Mission 5. Deal 100,000 damage with Yazaghor. A slightly less boring mission than the third, probably best progressed in Onslaught. But Elite Fall of Cadia stage 39 has potentially infinite Cadians at 1100 HP, so that's where I went. The final Mythic Journey mission for Yazaghor is for him to deal 100,000 damage over any number of battles, so I'm gonna do this in Elite Fall of Cadia stage 39, because the local Voxcasters will probably have slightly bigger Cadians than my usual normal stage 67, where the Cadians only have 400 HP and as such die, well, not die very easily, but don't progress the mission much, and you need over 200 kills to get the mission done. Okay, so the local Cadians have over 1000 HP, so a little under 100 will do. I just want to reduce the damage taken a little bit, so I'm going to demolish the last cannons. Then I'm gonna park around Rodbone in a corner somewhere and just watch something to pass time, because these missions are, quite frankly, terrible. And some maneuvering later, I reached this equilibrium with just one Voxcaster, giving my Yazaghor one victim every turn. And yeah, some time farming that later, I think I killed enough of the Cadians that the mission should be done now. So one for the road, and now I'm just gonna complete the stage and clear the mission, or maybe the other way around, we shall see. There, so was that enough? It was! Lovely! Well, and that finished Yazaghor's journey, so I'm gonna complete the collect the final reward and ascend Yazaghor to Mythic. There, that took a while. So before I forget about it, I'm gonna give him his new bolt pistol, one of several apparently. And do I have any spare grenades? Apparently not. Any spare pauldrons? I don't even think a mythic spiked pauldron exists. Oh well. And that was Yazaghor's Mythic Journey. Now, I mostly did it because, well, I wanted to. I was getting annoyed that I'm raiding with a non-mythic Yazaghor, even though he doesn't really benefit from getting all the way there. Now, sure, his passive does get the 10% stronger, but since he's mostly useful to me at Mortarion, where you usually only get one stack per turn, that doesn't help all that much. And his active, well, it's mostly an enabler for the Neurothrope anyway, so not much gain here. Oh well. And with that, you made it to the end of this video, so I would like to thank you for watching and cordially invite you to come watch the next one as well. But for now, Kaurin out.